My name is Marwan Tarazi. I'm from Birzeit University. Today I'm talking about open education and why is it absolutely necessary in the Palestinian context. Palestinian educational institutions under occupation live in a closed environment. The key components making up the educational system are closed. Let's look at access to academics. Higher education is about people, about exchange of knowledge, ideas. Israel denies access to academics from anywhere in the world, irrespective of their nationality, ethnic background, to come and work in Palestine. So this is closed and restricted. Access to industry and economy. Palestine is a country under Israeli colonial occupation. Not only do Palestinians have no control over their water, their natural resources, land, borders, agriculture, environment, even radio frequencies, but these resources are being forcefully taken from them systematically, and they are given to settlers, and Palestinians are denied access to these resources. If we look at Gaza, for example, Gaza is one huge closed-up prison with over 1.5 million people. In other words, Palestinians have only a microeconomy fueled by donor money and used as a dumping ground for Israeli products. Such a closed market does not provide the interface, the ecosystem required by academics needed to grow and develop in a normal manner. Access to students, this is also severely closed and restricted. Students from different places are important. Diversity is yet another one of the key elements of a healthy higher educational system. Israel again denies access to students from anywhere in the world, irrespective of their nationality and background, again. Ironically, even Palestinians from occupied Palestine have such access restrictions. Take students from Gaza, for example. They do not have access to other Palestinian universities from outside Gaza. If we go to movement is also severely restricted for Palestinians. There's a network of tens of permanent and temporary checkpoints deployed throughout the West Bank. Palestine restricts movement for Palestinians from one place to the other. In some places, students have to go through gates that allow them to exit in the morning and then come back home in the afternoon. In between, they're denied access to their homes. Access to Palestinian human rights is also closed. Palestinians' basic human rights are violated in practically every aspect of their lives. University education is a liberating experience by itself. Knowledge and skills give people choices, help them understand their needs, their rights, better defend themselves, speak out for justice, improve their lives, the lives of their community. With so much closures, restrictions, injustice, universities have been unable to play this role and to help the students develop and improve their communities. What we're talking about now is OpenMed. OpenMed is about open education. Suddenly we're talking about open versus closed that we have been living through. When we talk about open education, we're talking open access to academics. We're no longer restricted by people being able to come here and leave and being forbidden access by an officer at the airport. We have access to industry. The industry we're talking about is no longer the micro, small industry in Palestine, hostage to an occupation. We're talking about global industry. We're talking access to students from all over the world coming here and our students going out, virtually at least. We're talking about access to networks, to delivery channels, and we're also talking about access to platforms to advocate for our rights and for justice, and access to educational resources. This is all what about open education is. And with all those resources, what we need is practices. We need open educational practices that can put all those resources together and come up with an open education. So what does it take to go open? What are the barriers to entry? Actually, the barriers to entry are very limited. We have networks, we have technology, we have access to information. A mobile phone is an open educational resource. You have access to unlimited education. You can network with unlimited number of people. So the barriers are limited. And what does it take to go open? What we need is practices. We need people to show how we can put all these resources together and implement them. We need people to start going out of their comfort zone of doing things the way they used to do it all the time and start using those new resources to teach in more interesting, more open ways. Of course, when we develop these things, if we have leadership and policies that would support going open education, but if those are not there and there's enough demand and we create enough demand, then leadership and policies will follow. Demand, whether we like it or not, is going to happen. Demand will either we generate it. If we work fast enough, we create the demand. If we don't work fast enough, it's going to happen because the students are already demanding. Students are no longer content with the traditional ways of teaching and learning. They're not ready to go sit in classes and just watch a talking teacher. So what is at stake for not going open? Going open is going to happen, whether we like it or not. It's just a matter of time. If we don't do it fast enough, somebody else is going to do it. They're going to do it according to their own culture, their own context, and their own agenda. And we're just going to drag along. So we'd better do it ourselves, and we'd better do it soon. Thank you.